Firstly, thank you for joining Dance Life today. My first question is for both of you. Tell us a little bit about Dance, Dance, Dance. You toured this at Star City at the end of last year. My mum went and loved it. So tell us about the tour. How has it been putting the tour together? How much work's gone into it? And what can people expect when they come and see the show?
Okay, well, I think what essentially we tried to do with this show is we've sort of all been friends of all from different genres of dance. We have we're Latin dancers, and we have hip hop and break dancers and jazz and ballet dancers, and we always wanted to do something all together.
Yep.
So I think what we tried to do is just create the first show where all the different broad dance styles come together into one show. Yes, so that's the
And I mean, we've all been really good friends since we were a young age. And this has been, we've done this for probably 2 or 3 years. And we started together with just 6 dancers. And we did a 2-hour show with just 6 of us. And together we're probably doing probably 7, 8 numbers each individually to get that show happening.
Sure.
And now there's 25, 30 dancers in the show.
Yeah, gradually.
And it's been built up with a fusion of mass fusion of all the dance styles.
Sure. And I guess you've each been on different, reality TV shows, which has built your profile up. Are you relying on, that leveraging the project on that profile that you've gained from the shows?
Yeah, I mean the show itself is called Dance, Dance, Dance,
Yep.
A Night of Strictly Dancing with the Stars. So it combines
all the different hit TV shows,
such as Dance with the Stars, So You Think You Can Dance, and Strictly Dancing.
Yep.
So that's why we use the name. And yeah, of course, I mean it's basically using a lot of the dances from there and the dance styles projected on those TV programs, and providing it to people on stage.
I think giving people a chance to see some of the dances that they have seen on the television, but then on stage doing their own element and what they can do best.
Yeah, I guess you guys would know that live, seeing a show live is a lot different to watching something on the TV in your lounge room.
Yeah, there's a big difference there with things can be changed a lot on TV, and it's a different type of dancing as well.
Yeah.
When you're dancing on stage in comparison to TV.
Sure. You two are dance partners. How did you meet? How did that relationship form? Sure.
In I think 2001, which was 7 years ago, we both had different partners and we split up at the time. And our dance teacher at the time organised the tryout for us at a studio in Rockdale called Riviera Dance Centre.
Okay.
And yeah, we've been partners ever since. So it's been a massive, long year relationship, like a marriage.
And I was going to say to you that it would be like a marriage, wouldn't it? Because you spend a lot of time together. Dancing is your lives, so you're obviously on the road together. How does that work? How do you make it work? Because dancing professionally, you need to put, aside the things that are happening personally with your relationships, separate relationships, and come together. And if you look like you're in love when you're performing, but you've just had a big blue before, how does that work? How do you work with that?
It's just almost like a business partnership when you come together and you have to train in the studio, perform. You sort of each know your job and what you have to contribute to this to make it work, and you just have to kind of stick with it. And yeah, sure, sometimes because you're spending so much time together and so much intensity rehearsing, you can have an argument, but then when you have to go and perform, you just treat it professionally, put it all behind, and we have the saying, sort of what goes in the studio just stays there, and once you leave out the door,
definitely.
you have to be friends.
Don't mix business with pleasure. No,
not at all, and that's a good way to be. Aric, you're the only champion of champions on Dancing with the Stars. It's a very competitive industry now as well with all the TV shows. More people want to become involved in ballroom, in Latin. How do you stay on top of your game, being so busy, being on show and touring? Are you still taking class? How is it working for you?
Well, together we're still having lessons.
Sure.
We just had some teachers from overseas come here visit us in November, and we had a few lessons with them. We still have a few teachers here we work with.
Okay.
And yeah, we're still learning. I still learn. We never stop learning. That's one of the most essential aspects of to keep improving and keep alive in the industry.
Yep.
I think the key thing is that also ballroom dancing, apart from all the shows that we do, essentially we compete all year round. So that's one of our big focuses. There's competitions on every month. So, and we do all the major championships. So we train for that all year round, and that really helps us as well to improve and keep growing. So then when we have to rehearse for the shows, it's almost like we don't have to do that much because all the
training. Okay.
So we come in probably we do a few rehearsals for the show, but that's it. But because we train technique all the time, and
as does everyone else, all the other dancers in their own field, they train all year round.
And I mean, so they all perform socially as well.
When we all come together, it works very quickly because everyone is ready.
Yeah, definitely. No, sounds great. Masha, there's amazing costumes in this show. Tell us, especially for the girls. I mean, I've seen a lot of boys with different costumes over the years. How is it for you in terms of picking out what you wear for which numbers, and what's the process of getting the outfits together?
Yep, sure. Well, I think because it's such a sort of a multi-cultural dance style show, we try to do the same with our costuming. So I think you'll see in some numbers the costumes are just very simple and natural and sort of like almost like street-like, and then there are other, numbers like in ballroom where it just really spectacular stone dresses, Yeah, we have some like costumes from the dressmakers of Dancing with the Stars. We have made costumes that we wear as well. So there's a big amalgamation of all the different costumes, and I think it's something for everyone.
Excellent. For people that are watching the TV show at home, whether they're 8 years old or their mums that are 48 and want to drag their husbands along to learn ballroom or Latin dancing, what would you suggest would be the best style to start with?
I think I mean, Latin American is good to get people going.
Sure.
Even street Latin American or street Latin, but I think Latin American in particular because I think it has a bit of that funkiness that salsa has, but it also has that discipline that comes from like ballet and stuff like that.
Okay.
So particularly for a youngster, I would definitely recommend starting with something like that has a mix of the two to keep them interested, yet give them the discipline to progress and go further with their dancing.
Sure.
I think it also depends on what everyone's goal is. Like everyone is different, and just what they enjoy. It's difficult to say, sort of to suggest like do this style just because we like it. I think that
it depends on the person too.
Yeah,
that's right.
Personality, what music they like, that's very important too.
What kind of personality they have, but there's definitely something out there for everybody.
All right, great. Well, thank you for chatting with DanceLife today.
Thank you very much.